Hello, I'm back for my Turkic series in a beautiful landscape in Prague, somewhere in a beautiful park. And this part 5 of my Turkic series is about the ancient Bulgarians. And yes, they are still with us. So there are three homelands or main geographic places where the ancient Bulgarians resided. You have what is believed to be the homeland. It's called Old Great Bulgaria, around the Sea of Azov in modern-day Crimea and in the direction of the Caspian Sea. Old Great Bulgaria, and later, from memory, it will be the territory of the Tatar people. So you have um, also uh, this famous kingdom or empire, Khanate, called Volga Bulgaria, and it was far bigger than all Great Bulgaria, located at the mouth of the Volga in what is today Kazakhstan. There is this myth or legend that the ancient Bulgarians, some of them, moved west with the whole of the Magyar/Hungarian tribe and a few Pecheneg allies. This migration ended in what is today modern Bulgaria. You had the first Bulgarian Empire, and the capital city of the first Bulgarian Empire was Preslav. You had a famous Tsar or king called Simeon the First, and this man in the year 913 after Christ was crowned emperor and autocrat of all Romans and Bulgars. He also dominated what is Byzantium, Constantinople, today Istanbul, and sometimes they were allies, the Byzantines, the Eastern Roman Empire, and the Kingdom of Bulgaria. What I've learned is that um, the in the north of Volga Bulgaria, um, there was a big city. It still exists today. It's called Kazan. It's the capital city of Tatarstan. But 160 kilometers south of Kazan, there was a city called, like the Bulgar people, called Bulgar. I hope the landscape is still nice. It's a bit difficult because it's not the afternoon yet, and the sun, I have to work with the sun, not against it. The sun is giving me the wrong light. So, nice trees. And this in this Volga Bulgaria Khanate, the language changed into Chuvash, and today Chuvash is the only surviving language of the Ugaric Turkic branch of languages. Though I think Hungarian Magyar might still be part of that family tree. So, what can I say? I would like to have more sun, but the daylight is working against me. So, what can I say? Here it's better. What can I say? Um, I've learned a lot about the ancient Bulgarians. They traveled from Central Asia. They had a homeland based in what is today the Crimea, and east of it, they had the Khazars as neighbors, and sometimes they were dominated by them. Later, they managed to break away from them. The Khazars being the ancestors of the modern Ashkenazic Jews, Khaganate of Khazaria. And this Tsar or king, Simeon the First, who was emperor of all Romans and Bulgarians in 913, is also very important because um, he's there's a painting by the Czech painter Alphonse Murat, and he's called the morning star of Slavonic literature. So culturally and linguistically Orthodox, so there was conversion to Orthodox Christianity around the years 900, and Bulgaria held cultural importance for longer than this first Bulgarian Empire. And there is something that surprised me. It's that at some point, the ancient Bulgarians had the Hungarians as neighbors, and the Hungarians attacked them. The Bulgarians pushed the Hungarians north, and the Hungarians established the Kingdom of Hungary, the Kingdom of István, where it is today around Budapest. Very interesting. But as I've mentioned it in one of my series, there is this legend that the Khan Dulo left what is today Kazakhstan and traveled with some Pechenegs and a lot of Bulgarians and Hungarians west towards Europe. And this old great Bulgaria, not Volga Bulgaria, that is near the Sea of Azov, around the north and the east of the Black Sea, and it predates Volga Bulgaria in modern day Kazakhstan, near the lower end of the Volga and towards the city of Kazan. But all great Bulgaria was defeated by Sviatoslav of Kiev, a Russian prince. And this prince also defeated the Khaganate of Khazaria. And I don't want to be too long, but I enjoy so much talking about these ancient nomads because their history is mysterious. They arrived in Europe on the eastern and southeastern flanks of Europe, and their descendants are still with us today, whether they are called Bulgarians, Hungarians, or Ashkenazic Jews. It's possible that the modern Bulgarians, so they are a mix of this Onogiric Turkic tribe, Bulgar, and Slavs. So I will leave links below the video and with more research if you want to find out more. And I didn't know because I thought the Chuvash, sorry, it's spring and there is a lot of pollen in the air. But I thought Chuvash, Chuvash, was not related to ancient Bulgarian or the Bulgar Khanate, the Avar-Bulgar Khanate or Volga Bulgaria, but it is. And some linguists think it's completely different from Turkic and Mongolian, but Chuvash is, according to some sources, the only surviving language of the Oghur branch of Turkic languages. I use the word Turk as Turkic, not Turkish, in the very broad sense. So, in fact, I didn't know that the ancestors of the Hungarians and the Bulgarians were so close because I used to consider, like many people, Hungary speaking a very exotic Finno-Greek language and Bulgaria, looking at Bulgaria as a Slavic Orthodox Christian, totally unrelated. And in the past, they were related. It is said that Attila of the Huns related to the family of this Khan Julo, who left what is today the mouth of the Volga, what is today Volgograd slash Stalingrad, with a lot of people, and they went west. And it's been when I was studying ancient Hungary It was also said that the Romans reported, because they were in Pannonia, what is today Hungary, the Romans reported that the Magyar Hun interpreter could understand the language of the Avar, meaning Bulgar. I don't know what the Avar strictly, if you take the Avars as a tribe, I don't know what happened to them, if they were completely different from the Bulgarians. That is a field, an idea, a path for research. I let you admire the beautiful trees around me, and it's all green. But this park in autumn, I digress. This park in autumn falls in American English is more beautiful than it is now, because all of the leaves, and they have so many deciduous trees. All those trees, they have 15 species of oak trees, 15 species, or totaling 100 species of trees. And in autumn, in October, when all the leaves turn gold, red, deep red, brown, purple, and they fall, are on the floor and on the trees, it is magical. And this is the Stromovka Park in Prague. So it's not, I'm not talking about anything Turkic, but I used to consider to look at Bulgaria and modern Hungary, Sofia and Budapest. I'd better look for better, more light, as very different countries in Eastern Europe that had nothing to do with each other, but in the past they had. And at some point, the Hungarians were more south, or and they were pushed north by, kicked out by the first Bulgarian Empire, and they started the Kingdom of Hungary more in the north. But that might not be the whole of the Hungarians, because some of them were already in the Carpathian Basin, um, le Bassin des Carpates, in what is today Transylvania, because Attila left part of the Hungarians with his son Csaba, according to stories and legends and myths. But this story of the Augur, the 10 arrows, the 10 auguric tribes that moved together from east to west, and we found some of them. The Bulgar, we can add the Bulgar to them. So quite. I don't know if I'm going to finish this series with the ancient Bulgarians. Of course, there are so many tribes you've never heard of, like uh, did I mention the Cumans, the Karakalpak, Kipchak. If if you're interested in those Turkic languages and see how they relate, or they are more distant from each other, there is on YouTube, there is a video. Somebody collected all the news, the beginning of the news, from 10 Turkic speaking countries or regions. Um, so in the end, the Byzantine Empire defeated the Kingdom of Bulgaria at the Battle of Kleidion. So what seems not to be related in the past was much closer than we think. I cannot move too much. I am afraid the light is good here, because I need to have the sun in front of me, not behind me. And here you can see the depth far behind me. A lot of green. So three, not homelands, but main geographic locations for the ancient Bulgarians. North of the Sea of Azov, Old Great Bulgaria, the Avar-Bulgar Khanate of the Volga, or Volga Bulgaria, which had the kind of griffin as a symbol, or walking lion, walking the black walking lion. And today, that region it interlopes with the region of Tatarstan in the Russian Federation. And so first, all great Bulgaria, second, Volga Bulgaria as a place of origin and settlement, and then completely, and then west, from their point of view, to Eastern Europe. So I leave it at that. I'm going to enjoy this weekend. The sun is back. I'm going to try to show you more trees. The sun is back. Okay, I'm not minding the light. I want to show you more. This is a very beautiful area, all around view. Maybe the sun will spoil it, but subscribe to my channel, Prussian Steel, and I'll see you soon. And I'm going to continue podcasts.